welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be flipping through my 2023 bullet journals. This is the first year where I have two journals to show you, which is kind of exciting. 2023 is the year that I'm most nervous to share. And it's not because the themes are bad or embarrassing. It's really just because there is quite a bit that is not filled out in this year. I took a little break from bullet journaling, which you would know if you watched my 2022 bullet journal flip through, so make sure you watch that if you haven't. And my break was roughly 4 months, so I would say from about October through February. But I really wanted to start getting back into it, and I thought that starting to document in January made a lot of sense because it was a new year. But that obviously meant I already had catching up to do because I started journaling again in February. And long story short, it just got way too overbearing and stressful to catch up on everything and just document every little thing that happened. If I ever go through this again, I'm not going to start off a month behind. It's kind of setting me up for failure, honestly, to already start off having to catch up. So this essentially just caused me to never feel caught up. But I was having so much fun just creating, and I really took my time with it, which caused me to fall behind even more. So it's a weird year, to say the least. But I still think there are so many good creative ideas in here, if I do say so myself, that I really hope you can get some inspiration from. I do a lot of rambling in this video, so grab a snack, grab your journal, get cozy, and enjoy 2023's bullet journals. All right, so for 2023, I have two journals. As you can see, they're from the same collection, which I thought was kind of nice. These notebooks are from Shop ARL, and as you can see, they are the swirl design. I don't know if these are still in stock, but I will link the website in the description just in case. I obviously went for the purple and the green for this year. And for the first half of the year, I started with the purple one. So this is the one that we're going to open first. By the way, sorry that my nails are not like perfectly done or anything. I don't know. Do people care about that? Anyways, I'm nervous. 2023 is the one year that I know there is a lot of blank inside of, but I just had so much fun creating, even if I didn't end up using the spreads, and I still think it can definitely be used for inspiration, so I still would like to share it with you guys. Okay, I just realized I forgot to plug in my microphone, so sorry if the sound is now dramatically better. That is why. Okay, anyways, first page, here we go. Starting off strong, no name page. I have so much fun making the name page now, so it's kind of crazy to me. I just disregarded. I always have a little swatch page on this like awkward spot on my journals, so that's just what this is. Not those 0 goals, 0 wish lists, 0 gift lists. I'm telling you guys. But I like how this looks a lot, and I still like the idea of doing a wish list and gift list, but I actually haven't done it again since, so definitely something for me to think about in the future. Okay, sorry that I'm stopping at every single page, but like, what? It's crazy to me how like blank this is. I still do a photo memory page in all of my journals, but I definitely had the idea that I was going to come back to this and decorate it, and I just didn't, and now it's like just so apparently empty to me. However, I'm still happy that I printed these pictures and have this to look back on. So January's theme was going to be fireworks. I remember finding this border for the quote page online, and I was clearly going to put a quote in there and then didn't circle back to it, but as I think you will see, I didn't really do much of January at all. I know we're starting off really bad, but I promise you guys there is stuff filled out in this journal, okay? But I know with January specifically, I didn't even do like weekly spreads or anything. So let's just get into it. Oh, okay, so yeah, I just did a habit tracker and was going to do the mood tracker here, but didn't. I have no idea what's going on here. Like, I have 9 calendars, but then I just did 6 habits and then proceeded to not fill out any of it. I'm not sure where the trees and this, like, very detailed moon came from. I guess it makes sense because fireworks happen at nighttime, but it feels random jumping from this page to this. And am I seeing that right? These fireworks are the same colors even? Like, I couldn't even change the color? I do think the black calendar was a cool idea, but that's about all the good I have to say about this page. There's, like, not much here. And here we are where I write like week 1, week 2, so I planned on going back to this and then just didn't because I ran out of time, so I'm pretty sure we're just gonna go right into February. So, February's theme was Y2K. I still love this idea as a theme, but I definitely want to recreate it because even this title page didn't turn out how I was imagining it to. I wanted it to be really doodle heavy, so I understand why I put all of these random doodles throughout. But I don't know, I just think I could have done it differently. Maybe the issue was that, it was too broad. I sort of wish I zoned in on, just Tamagotchis or something like that so that it gives me almost less to work with because it became a little overwhelming fast. But I love the idea. And I do have good memories looking back on this page because this is when I made my true bullet journal return and I was like, okay, no, I'm doing this. This is so cute doing the doodles on the side here. It really reminded me of when I was in school and putting random doodles in my notebook while I was listening in class. And I tried to do doodles that felt very Y2K and not something I guess I would doodle today, if that makes sense. This weekly spread, I think, kind of ate. I made each weekly box a Tamagotchi, and it was so much fun. My critique with this is just how little space there is. Right now, I journal about my day to day, but if I were to use this layout with the way that I journal today, it would be a tight squeeze. I am a believer that sometimes, the artistic part of it is worth the sacrifice of writing a little bit less, but maybe what I would do here to at least save a little bit of room is make my extra box literally called an extra box, so it's kind of like a text overflow. Just an idea if any of you journal in the way that I do, but you want to still be artsy with it and make it cute, because obviously this is not necessary. That 8th box is mostly just there to make things even and you just make it whatever you want to be. So that could be a good compromise for me to take inspiration from this spread and bring it to today's journal for me. Okay, yeah, this page is good. Something happened with the lines on this iPod and I remember being so mad about it. But yes, obviously I drew an iPod for my playlist page, and then I had an extra page over here, and February is my birthday month, and I happened to be turning 30 in 2023, and I thought it would be a cute idea to make an invitation Because at least for me, I think about like birthday parties and like themed parties, especially when I was a kid and getting invited to so many parties. Because at least in my grade at my school, a lot of times they just invited like all the girls in the class. And because this theme is Y2K, I thought my birthday invitation would be Y2K themed. And then I thought about this Y2 Kelsey idea, and I thought that was so cute. Such a good spread. This is obviously AOL Instant Messenger themed. Literally, if you know, you know. I made the little logo on my buddy list and then some bots that I remembered talking to as a child. Why did we do that? And then these are not real people, I know. These are, I think, just random screen names that I looked up or made up that I thought kind of fit the vibe of what I often saw on my buddy list. And then throughout, I put little away messages of song lyrics or like really deep emo quotes because our lives were so hard. I was definitely a victim of this, so I had to include it. And then obviously just added little doodles that I thought went with this kind of computer AIM theme for the week. Here's a quick little montage of me turning 30. I really like to do a birthday spread every month, and so obviously because I was turning 30, I had to say 30, flirty, and thriving. So all these are pictures from my actual birthday that year, and then of course I had to show a picture of little me transforming into big me. And on my Canon Ivy mini printer, they had these like frames and doodles that you could put on the pictures, and this is my first time using them, and honestly, perhaps my only time. I don't remember another time I've used it, but it fit so perfectly with the Y2K theme, so I thought that that was a fun little touch. I was really excited about this idea of taping loose leaf onto my journal. I've mentioned school a lot throughout this theme, and that's because I do kind of think of school when I think of Y2K because I was in school. So the idea behind this is that I was doodling in my school notebook, basically, but I think it's really cute. So March 2023's theme was light bulbs. You're gonna see throughout this theme that I used a yellow colored pencil to kind of just like illuminate certain things throughout the theme. And yeah, I thought that was a really fun touch, but not obsessed with this so far, to be honest with you. Oh, let me just say really quick, I love this like broken light bulb to represent like a really bad day. To me, it really is like tiny details like that that I just love to see and that really inspire me. So I hope it's doing the same for you guys. This was my first time drawing sunflowers, and I had so much fun drawing them and learning how to draw them. I don't know why, I just had this idea of putting sunflowers in a light bulb as a quote page. I must have seen it somewhere. That doesn't sound like an original thought. As we can see, the first of many brain dumps that will not be used this year. But I don't regret making this, and you shouldn't either. I still get inspiration looking back at this, and although I don't remember exactly what was going on at the time of me making this, it very likely was therapeutic for me and fun. So I'm happy I didn't like force write anything, because you should never do that. So April 2023's theme was lily pads. I loved making this water right here. I did use a Tombow dual brush pen, but also the Tombow N00, I believe it is, to kind of make it fade more as opposed to just like lightly pressing with my dual brush marker, because it wasn't giving the effect I wanted. It was still too bold. I was definitely itching to do another water-related thing because of my 2022 Little Mermaid theme, where I really used blues and the N00. You can go check out that theme, by the way, on my 2022 bullet journal flip through. But yeah, I love how this turned out. I love the washi tapes I chose. Obviously, the green and the pink match perfectly. And this was a great theme for me to do as I was kind of catching up, because it's super easy, just circles and lines, basically. And of course, different flowers throughout, but they're super easy to draw. These habit and mood trackers were so good. I again used that water effect, and I decided to do it on the entirety of both pages, except obviously I kept the titles clear of the blue, but I love how this turned out. It's pretty rare actually that I color in an entire page, and I really like the effect of it. Also, can we just like look at my habit tracker really quick, because first of all, it's like so empty. And I was tracking everything on my phone, and so I did go back and fill everything in. That's why you see like the mood tracker is all filled in, and the habit tracker is too. And you're gonna see that throughout all the journals where like the weekly spreads aren't filled out or brain dump isn't filled out. I made sure to keep my habit and mood tracker in check, because these are pages I love to see later. So yeah, now I'm like looking at my habit tracker, and this is kind of insane to me. Like this working out one, that's like a sleigh to me now. I do not work out that much. So like the fact that that is the habit that is the most filled is absolutely crazy to me. Like I didn't even journal. Like what was I doing? But okay, wait, hang on a second, because there's no way. There's no way that I spent money every single day in April. So okay, maybe I just lied. Maybe I didn't keep track of every single habit. It's just weird to me that like I kept up with certain habits, but then like what, I just didn't track these ones? I don't know, guys. 2023 is a blur. I told you I was nervous to look through this because like what was going on? Let's just keep going. This is my first time drawing a frog, and I had so much fun. I don't love like how the page turned out, but I remember being really proud of this frog. So May 2023's theme was Memphis art. I was super proud of this theme. It was something really different for me. I've never done like an art style as a theme before, and I learned a lot. And I remember choosing to go with Memphis art because I wanted to do like shapes as my theme, but I wanted to make it cute. And that's, yeah, just when I learned about Memphis art, and I was like, that is what I'm doing. Okay, that's interesting. The habit tracker is not filled out for this one, but the mood tracker is. I don't know, guys. I don't know. This is definitely a cool layout, and that is so cute, the events and how I did it in the fun shapes that come with Memphis art. This is a layout that I don't do often, but I like it a lot for this theme because Memphis art is supposed to be kind of bold and out there, so I like that this was the first time I used this layout because, yeah, it just goes with that concept of being different. So here we have my playlist page, obviously, but also I wanted to do a little paragraph talking about what Memphis art is so that I could just always remember it. I definitely did not know what Memphis art was, so I was a little afraid that looking back on it, I would be like, what is this shape theme? So I wanted to talk about what I learned and kind of just make the whole theme make sense. Okay, I'm starting to not fill out weekly spreads. It's also like getting hard to push down. June 2023's theme was dandelions. Another super easy theme that I wanted to do to kind of help catch me up, but I also don't know like what time it was when I was actually making these spreads. I just know it wasn't June, unfortunately. It was definitely later. But yeah, super easy. However, I want to do something a little different, which is add some black paper. I don't quite remember how much I used throughout, so I guess we'll see together, but I know that it's kind of like I want to go with this negative look where I'd color in the little flurries white when it hit the black paper. So that was a fun little creative touch, but I don't know, let's see what I end up doing with it. I don't fully remember. Very cute black calendars, and I like doing the black for the mood tracker and then keeping this one, the white paper with black ink. I think that really adds that sort of negative energy I was going for. The amount of times I still see like eraser shavings on pages that I need to get out. All I want to say about this spread really quick is just that I love the waves. I used wavy scissors to cut out the black paper, and then obviously just used a fine liner to continue the waves on the white boxes. This is a really cute, fun quote page, and the first time, as we can see, I did the page all black, so that was super cute. Alright, so we have come to July 2023's theme, which was Barbie. I have a bullet journaling tradition in July, which I unintentionally started, but it is that I make a theme based on something in pop culture. The Barbie movie came out in July and I loved it, so obviously I had to do a Barbie theme. I remember this theme super well because I worked so hard on it. And it is kind of a shame that you're going to see I didn't really end up using it. But this one is definitely close to my heart, not only because of all the work that I put into it, but also because I loved playing with Barbies growing up. I loved watching the Barbie movies. So this was an easy choice for me to pick as a theme. Guys, I am so sad that I did not use these trackers. You can see I like randomly did on the mood tracker and then not at all on the habit tracker. And I'm just so bummed because I think these Barbie boxes would have been so cute all filled out, but I just honestly stopped tracking at this point. So yeah, that is one thing that makes me sad. Again, I don't regret making it. It just makes me sad that I didn't get to see everything filled out. But it is what it is. I had so much fun making it, such good memories making it, so I guess that is ultimately what matters. Oh, and I also love this Barbie font that I used. Okay, so every weekly spread has the same layout for this month. I've never done that before, and I don't think I've ever done it again, but it had to be done because I dedicated half of each weekly spread to an iconic Barbie, and I wanted to give it its full moments with all of the accessories, clothes, furniture, all of that. So this week's theme was dedicated to Totally Hair Barbie, which is why we see the really long wig there, and why we're in a salon. I literally would Google the Totally Hair Barbie full playset and just add those things in as decorative pieces. Most of the time I used the colors pretty directly, so that actually made it pretty easy for me. And then I would match the weekly boxes, and maybe even the fonts too, with the color scheme that we have going on. Alright, yes, next is Dr. Barbie. So we are obviously in a doctor's office, and then I made a little hospital here. And yeah, okay, I was right that we are using the like daily headers to match with like the color scheme going on. So for this one, I cut out white paper and just did like a pretty basic print font with white ink. So here's the playlist page that I obviously didn't use, but it's dedicated to Rockstar Barbie. I also feel we should point out, I did this on the habit tracker page too, I cut out pink circles in this zigzag design to kind of match the Mattel symbol. And then on the quote page, I have "Courage is the key that opens every door," which is from Barbie Princess and the Pauper. This movie means a lot to me. It's like a movie that my sisters and I watched over and over again, and we can sing every word to every song. I was certainly too old to be watching this. Too old. But I had younger sisters at the time who really loved it, so naturally we all ended up loving it. Oops, I didn't notice that moved. Anyways. And then I thought the perfect inspiration to go with this quote was gymnastics Barbie. So I looked her up and used this kind of blue and yellow stripe design as inspiration, and then obviously the gymnastics accessories as well. Okay, here is probably my favorite, which is Astronaut Barbie. I mean, come on. Again, I looked up the pieces that come with Astronaut Barbie and used that as the color scheme and to know what things I should be putting on here. It's just all so drawing heavy. It's so like not me typically, so I am so proud of all the work that I put into this and just like going out of my comfort zone. And for someone who doesn't draw that much, I do think it turned out so cute. So I can't do a Barbie theme without shouting out Malibu Barbie, which I believe I looked up is the first Barbie ever. So here's my cute little beach theme with beach towels as the weekly boxes. Okay, this is like the ultimate page I have like ever done. Like the detail in this is insane. I decided to go above and beyond and draw a Barbie dream house. Again, I just feel like you can't do a Barbie theme without acknowledging the Barbie dream house. That's like what everyone wanted. And I thought it would be cute to do this Dutch door with it because I at least have memories of opening up a Barbie dream house in this manner where it's like folded. So we open up the page and this is my brain dump page. Obviously I put these kind of Barbie accessories that I feel you would find on your average Barbie and this like girly aesthetic, I guess. So again, this is another page that I wish I used because I worked so hard on it, but I was so proud of this. This really might be one of my favorite spreads I've ever done, and I don't talk about it enough. I really don't. Just like so much fun to make. I loved it. Alright, and that is actually the end of this journal. So now we're gonna move on to the green journal. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I remembered this just mid-filming my purple journal. I kind of hyped up that there would be many more themes that you will see in this journal for the rest of the year, but I forgot that the only specific theme I have in here is August. And then I'm going to show you what I did for the rest of 2023 in this journal, because I still think it's a great thing to do, especially if you were in the same predicament as me, where you're just overwhelmed needing to catch up with everything, but you don't want to leave those months or weeks or whatever it is blank. But I still have 2023 in here, so let's open it up. Still looking at the beginning where I still did not do a name page, which again blows my mind. And then we have my swatch page, the awkward page that I never know what to do with, so I just did a lot of swatching here. As we can see, I had this intent to go in with this kind of halfway there segment of the beginning of this new journal, but I didn't finish it because I certainly would not have left this blank. But again, the reality of it is just that I was getting overwhelmed and I didn't want to go back. I wanted to be current, and I'm really happy I made that choice. So yeah, I actually don't remember if I finished this halfway segment, so let's keep going. Ooh, yeah. So I did these 2 pages, and I think I was pretty much done actually here, but I clearly just didn't write anything in the check-in. I like this sort of theme I've got going a lot, though. It is very, like, computery, as we can see, and we kind of saw the hints of it here, but it's giving, like, magazine a bit, too, with these cut-out letters that are all different fonts, so I actually like that. Blank page, okay, not sure why, but... Okay, so this is the one theme that you're going to see this year, which is 2023 August's turtle theme. Did I eat this up, or is that just me? I'm, like, really surprised how good it turned out, especially because, as you can maybe tell, I used watercolors for the first time. So I don't know how I managed to do this precise of work when I was using watercolor for the first time, but like, okay, girl. I really do love how this title page turned out, and this was different for me because I used the entirety of the 2 pages as opposed to a quote page on this side. I'm definitely noticing some crinkles though. I don't know if you can see that, but I probably used a little too much water, but also this isn't watercolor paper, so, you know, it is what it is. But I love the color scheme I've got going on. I love this effect I have here that really does remind me of water. It's super cute. This looks so cute, but wow, it is Crinkle City up in here, that's for sure. But I love the effect the watercolor gives, and obviously the waves are just a given for a water theme like this. I love this quote, "It's okay to grow slow." Obviously, turtles are slow, so I thought it'd be a cute quote to put here. And as someone who can find myself beating myself up about not knowing better as a 32-year-old woman, it's just nice to see this quote as a little reminder, because we're all growing. Ooh, unfinished spread. So now we are at the point that I want to quickly address about the rest of the year. As you can see, I took a little break from any theme and just did a little blurb about what's been going on. I talk about how I'm doing my best to catch up and like that I honestly wasn't drawing these spreads on the months that it looked like I was, and I just became overwhelmed and wanted to be up to date finally. This was really hard for me to do, to be honest with you, because I wanted it to be consistent so badly. As you can see, I tried really hard. I spent most of the year trying to catch up, but it honestly had to be done. I swear I'd still be in 2024 if I was still going on with this. So it was definitely a necessary step, but to make up for it, I created this little book with tabs that would show what happened in each month. I don't want to show too much of this because there's personal stuff in here. I actually didn't even do December. But this was totally good enough for me to just not completely disregard those months and just give them the moment that they deserved. I felt like a lot happened in these months and I wanted to still document it, but the creativity aspect of it at this point was really getting to me and not doing me any good. So at this time, the documentation was more important than the creativity, whereas I feel like more in the beginning of the year, it was more about the creativity for me. So definitely things changed and that is okay. I'm really happy to have most of this documented. It looks like I just skipped December, but still put in a picture for it. So I hope that an idea like this can help you if you are like months behind, because I loved doing this. I have absolutely no regrets doing it this way as opposed to creating these beautiful themes and stressing. But also, it's okay if you write nothing like I did here. We really have to just let go of the perfectionism, honestly. I personally am proud of you if you do any documenting at all, and I promise you that your future self is really happy that you did too. So start from wherever you want, whether that is catching up in this sort of way, for instance, or not saying anything at all and just picking up where you left off. And that is where we are going to end for 2023 before we come back to this journal when I do my 2024 bullet journal flip through. I hope you all enjoyed going down memory lane with me. I'll ask you the same question I did in my 2022 bullet journal flip through video, which is, what is your favorite theme that you saw? For me, I probably would have to say July's Barbie theme, but I will say that April's lily pad theme is a close second for me. But let me know which one is your favorite in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!